I was just looking at this situation. Like in this situation, I know it's legal for somebody to take everybody give all your gifts. But I learned something about this situation. I think I did. It's like, first and foremost, let's look at it like somebody sold their soul to do all this. Well, there's a great wall put up for whoever they sacrifice. That's the dark night of the soul. But now let's go to not tarot readers, but zodiacs. If you study zodiac, or at least the basic of it, it tells you how certain zodiacs can't be alone. They have to have a lover. That same thing is under king, queen ships, high priest, high priestess, relationships, stuff like that. Okay. Now watch this. That's why I say it's a lot of people in the physical. They know about this. There's a lot of people in the physical. They know about this, and they they got every right to be quiet about it. Every right to be quiet about it. But the problem is that so many people are doing this, selling your soul stuff. It's getting to the point where the whole world need to be taught about it thoroughly, so people can stop doing it. Because once they taught about it, I agree on it, but I ain't in the position to teach it because I'm still learning about it. But anyway, in the zodiac it says, and that when I read stuff, certain pieces, I can read a whole book, and out of that whole book, only one scripture stuck in my head. I forget the whole book, even though it was a good book or not. But it's always them important pieces. And so in the zodiac, it says it's certain people who cannot be. I had some white stuff in my head earlier. I had a little white, but it might have been paint. So and I was just like I said, I was listening to this. So when somebody sacrifices you and you go into the dark night of the soul, you basically swimming. It's almost like even if you're supposed to go to heaven, somebody sacrificed you so you went to hell temporarily, almost, just in the physical. Not quite in the spiritual. And that reason is to put you in a space of distortion to the point of where you start descending yourself, and that could kill you and get you out. And see, this is beyond. At this time, by this time, it's beyond human. Even though it's humans attacking you that you notice or you see, you feel like the cops should do. It's beyond them. By that time, it's beyond them. That's why they don't do nothing. I think that's a part of the reason why they don't do nothing. It's another law that we don't know about. Normal people don't know about that's in place, just like the regular law we do know about that knows about these energy shifts. So anyway, when you take this lover, these lovers have to be together because the earth depends on these lovers, or the earth itself. Man, I kept saying man knows it, but that ain't the case. Man knows about it, but by the time man figured that out, they can't do nothing about it because they probably already working with the dark side. Or it's something like that. It's something with that. I ain't gonna say working with the dark side, but it's like they're observers of people who get sacrificed. So they don't technically mean they working with the dark side, but it just means whatever. But anyway, like in my case, when you notice floats and stuff, so you start noticing devil vessels and Satan vessels. And what I notice is when people sell their souls, it might activate somebody in that group that's actually a devil vessel they don't know. And that devil vessel is going to go around, kill, steal, and destroy until all that it's going to keep doing to that 5-10 years is up. And then it's going to break in that area and go somewhere else because the devil vessel is never done. The job is never done. It's like a... it's like a directional filter, the devil vessel. The devil vessel is there to guide the wicked to Satan. And Satan put them in the float, take them over, you know what I'm saying? So, all right, now how do you see that on the physical? That person just keep doing the same thing, they can't stop. But they're wicked, and if you think about it, if they did stop, they're gonna be all over the place, hurting people. All right. I've seen it in the rural area where people do it so much, it actually, it does something to their minds, but they ain't right. They psychopath. So, but that's still not the case here. All right, so I'm looking at this rub test, this test. This test is important. I've been trying to observe the importance in it. I already got it. I get it. But I ain't gonna be able to explain it like that, but I get it. But anyway, like I heard a young man today, I was listening to a young man today on YouTube, he's like, how you can watch these people who honey traps and all that, and how they sacrifice you for they unalive you for $2 million. I want everybody to know now. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but when you unalive somebody, that's a devil deal. Off top. Everybody who involved in it, that's an automatic sentence to hell. That's a devil deal. The problem with the people out there is y'all don't notice the energy shift when y'all do it. I didn't notice it neither until I got married. And I noticed when I went to visit my ex-wife family, it was something about the damn energy. Like, we didn't stay far apart, but when we went to visit her family and we went into their energy, it'd be the same weather because we didn't stay far apart, but it was like walking into a twilight zone. It was something about the energy that was still. And then they would just sit there and watch TV, stuck like they would watch TV, and stuck in these positions where they can't do much. Well, when you sacrifice somebody, you forcefully put them in positions where they can't do nothing. So it's like when that energy come back around, it automatically shut them down. And then that person go back to their normal life. But the difference is that the people who did that, they energy tend to stay like that. No matter if they got money or not, their energy stays like that. And whoever goes in that energy, it's like a twilight zone. You gotta feel the atmosphere. It's a invisible force field around these people. And you walk into that energy, because when my ex-wife, when we started arguing about that, I kind of started getting a sense she was finna start doing something crazy like her mom did. I said, you're gonna be stuck like her too. You don't notice the energy. You do now though. But, and you need to write a little book about it instead of trying to look at my stuff and do this and do that. You need to do your own book. Shit, you done did so much. You write a book about everything, you'll be outstanding. But, all right, so, because you basically know the opposite of what I'm going through. Write a book. Can't write it sitting there watching me do everything. But, and all the energy that's involved, let's say families get together and say, yeah, we're going to unalive them. We're going to unalive them. All y'all got to go to hell for that. To me, unaliving somebody is worse than a devil deal, because a devil deal, it's like an individual do it. But when you unalive somebody, you got to do this in parties and groups. All y'all got to go to hell for that. Can you prevent not going to hell? Yeah, but you got to unseal your heart. Well, how do you know your heart's seared? You know your heart's seared because you keep attacking these people after you know you done wronged them. You need to cry, let it out, and be honest with yourself. A lot of y'all be crying, but you still attacking. That ain't how you heal. All right, now let's look. Let's go back to the energy where I was at. So I'm looking at the love and the energy. All right, let's say my flame and my pop, and my mom, and everybody, all them had something to do with this too. All right, I'm just gonna utilize them. Well, okay. Let's say my flame got activated when this happened. Okay, well, immediately she put up her float, her devil float. And in that devil float, that test is on it. That rub test, let's say you're a good saint. That rub test float is gonna pull up on your saint float. And you're gonna have to do that. It ain't supposed to be sabotaged though. They ain't supposed to sabotage like they're doing me though. This got something else. There's something else deeper going on that's more spiritual, I think. But anyway, so that makes that test valid if they do it right, go right by it. And what it is, it's a wall. Can't nobody see you because they unalived you. All right, now, this is what I figured out in there. The earth needs certain people. Oh, that's why ain't nobody killing nobody, can't kill nobody. You wasn't even supposed to think about sacrificing a person like me. All right, now how can we fix this in America? By putting these people, when this smoke clear, putting these kind of people, don't get out of that racist garbage, putting these people in a more protective situation to where people ain't attacking them. Because it's gonna affect the whole world, no matter what. Because it ain't, color is an illusion. It's a fucking illusion. It's just energy in a vessel. Y'all know this already. You just doing it for money. Color is an illusion. You know what I'm saying? We can't support, I'm not going to support your ignorance. I don't know why 8.2 billion people trying to support it. Not in this situation. This too deep and too real. So it get to a point like in the streets. It get to a point, okay, you want to playing game, get money, okay. Let's go ahead and kill this preacher. Oh, hell no. And you might get stomped out for talking like that out loud. Well, you kill this preacher because he got money. No, and you get beat up real bad. And you get tumbled down the streets. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. Let's say another one. Let's go contaminate the water. You get stomped out. What we contaminate the water for? Let's go contaminate the air. Get stomped out. You see what I'm saying? You got to whip. All right, now what am I trying to say here? That's that devil float. The devil float gonna make you do stuff that's hideous, not just to human beings, but to the earth itself. You should know when to say no. It don't matter how you partying like a rock star. Oh man, let's go get in this plane. Let's go contaminate the whole air system. Get stomped out. Right then and there by your best friend, nose crack, boom. Throw you on the ground. Cause you done lost your mind. Let's kick the devil out of them. I ain't saying do that for real. I'm saying this is how it used to be. This is how it was back in the day before everybody started agreeing on attacking each other to this degree. So, all right, all right, so what, and then you go into the Bible, you see how God giving permission to these certain individual group of people, especially of his bloodline, Well, I ain't gonna say bloodline, but it's something about the children that's of God. But, okay, I get it. These are the group of people, the children that's of God that haven't been contaminated by the world. And they need to cleanse the world. Basically like Genesis all over. Genesis always coming and going in the Bible when you actually read it. And then you had these moments where God said, get rid of these people, all of them, because they contaminated with their mind. They going back into God anyway. So it ain't like God killing them like we think. It's God got to just recycle them, basically. All right, so this is why I've been looking at this energy now. So what's going on with this test? That devil float pulling up. The devil gonna have a good time on it with that little rough test float because it's fair game. Because whoever they sacrifice, they can't kill this person. The earth need this person all. All right, now on the opposite end, the lovers that's looking for this person, the earth need that person all. So they're gonna continue. If they free, if you unalive, you're not free. They're gonna continue to try to have sex with them women, or make them women do the same thing that we gotta do, because, or vice versa, depending on the gender, because the earth need that oil. You still gotta try to know where your oil going. So if somebody sends you love, 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be an angelic being, but it might be a dart, a demon. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be no human. Put it that way. It's not gonna be a human. It ain't gonna be a human. But they need that oil. The earth need that oil. So let's say this is a wall. And in the physical, I don't really know how y'all got it going on in the physical. It's a test, and you say this is the foot test or whatever. We know that's garbage, but it's really a wall, and this shows the energy. Like, we can't see ghosts. It's something about they can't see us neither. It's just like they see aura or something. You know what I'm saying? No matter who they are, maybe even angels like that. It's something about them can't probably see certain things or something like that. Because if not, well, how would black magic be able to trick so much energy so easily? So something, it's like these dimensions of depth is perfectly separated amongst each other, where you can't really see each other and connect with one another good. But so it's like that energy of awe resonate energy, and it triggers them, shows them. Well, they elevate you according to the art. Unfortunately, if you're an ambulatory flow, that can be manipulated. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's going on, probably in my case. Maybe, I don't know. But I just know I learned in this situation that once the smoke clears, especially America, we need to find these people and put them in a better situation, because that's right there is what's very detrimental to the earth core, to the earth atmosphere. We can't keep doing it. I remember reading a book. It was an ancient book I bought, and it was like, back in the day, they used to they tell me not to say that. Big time. Y'all abuse that. But anyway, it was something about war. But it was a way that it was a trick where they can win wars. Y'all probably done heard me say, because y'all watching everything I do and take stuff, because y'all can do that. But who cares about that? I don't even care about none of that. I care about the fact that how easy people sacrificing each other. How can we fix this? Knowledge. People need to know what they can and can't do to certain people, and they need to know the effects that it's going to have on the whole world if they do it. Because it's like this test. So what I'm trying to say is, let's say it's a few 15 lovers on the other side trying to get, it ain't no telling what they got to go through and what they feel they have to go through just to get to me. That's why I don't get mad about it. Cause I kind of figured that out. It's as gruesome as it sounds, because we ain't talking about heaven here. We talking about somebody did something that's of the devil and of Satan. So we in Satan's realm. We in hell purgatory realm. We ain't talking about heaven. So it's like rules and regulations that you got to abide by to pass the tests of that. That's why it look lukewarm when you do it. That's what I've been working on, separating that. And that's what separated. It ain't of God. It ain't of heaven. So when you just do what you're supposed to do of God, you only going to be able to climb. But somehow, if you do what they tell you to do, you can use your float, which is a huge difference. If you climb, it's going to take forever to get out of this situation. If you use your float, you can get out of it faster. The problem is they sabotaging the tests, though. And then it ain't nothing you can do about it if they sabotage the tests, because it's like, you can see it on the physical, but it's mainly happening in the spiritual. And it's affecting the physical. What I mean by that is, it's some energy in the spiritual telling their physical body to do something, and they keep doing it, and they act like they possess at this point. It's like a spiritual disorder. So, but all y'all, I'm telling y'all, I say this again, I'm gonna keep saying. I heard the dude say online, he was like, you gotta be careful, you gotta know who you with. It ain't no be careful. These is lovers doing this to lovers. I know. It ain't no be careful. You can understand and see things. It ain't no be careful. It don't matter who you with. It don't matter where you at, what city you in, what hood you in. I'm telling you, in this situation, it could be a honeycomb trap, but in this situation, it was a more rich trap. It was a rich, wealthy trap. Because this is, I don't want to say a pizza, but this is, it's a lot of stuff involved in this. It ain't just poor people involved in this. That's just the surface. Your friends, your family members, your lovers, and people you know participating in doing, that's just the surface. They was manipulated to do that by people underneath it all that's got a lot of power, because it's a game to them. That's real. That's about as real as I can put it. They gotta be stopped all the way around, need to be taught. So what I'm trying to say is that's what's hurting the world, the earth atmosphere. Because I'm listening to the energy scream and holler like they want my oil. But at the same time, it's another way to feed a float, if you can read between the lines. So it's basically like, to those who keep stealing, if I want you to stop stealing, there's a way I can get you to stop stealing. And I'm a descend for it. And what that means, I might not get out of here like I want to get out of here, or I would like to get out of here, but either way it go, when the deal up and get out of here. But if I want to get out of here, like I heard, to put it like that, I heard love on the other side. I said, stay in hell then. That's because it's a wall, it's an invisible wall. The problem is they ain't gonna let me out of here anyway, because they gonna keep playing this game. Okay, now why they gonna do this? And this is what I got to say about to the young guy that was online. When somebody put you in a situation, well, let's say your ex-wife married a woman and didn't want nobody to know she was trying to marry a woman, and that woman favored you, and that woman married somebody in your family, that's it, buddy. That's a whole triangle right there. That's a demonic triangle right there. It's because somehow what they're trying to do is keep your last name. They're going to keep your last name. They're going to rob you for everything you got, legally, illegally. And it ain't nothing you could do about it. You got to think, if let's say it's your mama and your daddy, and it's a few parents involved in this, and let's say it's siblings involved in this, and let's say it's wives and husbands involved in this, you screwed. Because all of them got your birth certificate. Ain't nothing you can do. You can't trust nobody. We got to teach this to the world so people can stop doing this. That's the thing. Because at this point, you don't know who it don't matter who you are out there. That's why I watch celebrity. Because when you watch celebrity, it's like all celebrities got this look in their eye like they can't trust nobody. They don't trust nobody. And that's what it is. It's like a sense of paranoia. That's what it is, because they know all these games out here people be playing. And it's like you got to fight hard just to drift around that. And that's why I say you a lucky person if you do got a real lover and your family. And that's all you need. You need to be thankful to have that. All these gangs and groups and all that, okay, if that's what you believe in. But I ain't never seen such trust in my life. You ain't supposed to trust nobody but God. If God bless you with a lover and a family, you better put your money and time in that right there and be happy and thankful. Because it really don't get no bigger than that. You come into this world by yourself, you leave out this world by yourself. But what we need to learn in this situation is stop stealing inheritance, because that's all it's about, is money. That's Judas money. None of us want that. Not the wealthy, not the poor. Just let it go. We need to find a way to clear the slate, clean the slate, and start over and put these games to rest. Because if we knew how detrimental it is, how them decision making is affecting us and affecting all of our timeline. Like I said, you got 8.2 billion people. This is 8.2. This is the last person on the planet right here. If you take this person, sacrifice this person, no matter who this person is, no matter if they're the bombs, scumbags of the other earth, no matter, and you move this person out their position, you're going to slide that whole timeline back. And even if you got money and everything, shit just seems like it's never going to go right. And so we've been doing this for a long damn time. All of us. And we need to work on it. Because the only good thing that it's a lot of good that I got out of this situation. But one good thing I got out of it was that never fuss and argue about lovers cheating on you. Because in this situation, it's like the planet need our oil. So it's like people are gonna be forced to do things and that's out of their nature. Especially if they find out that their real flame and real twin have been unalive, like myself. You know, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you're a spiritualist, when you don't elevate it pretty high if you're a true spiritualist. It's like, that's your jacket, you know it. It's like, and then they got to do these little games, and these games do something to their mind. So by the time they do, because I done been going through this a lot. Somebody been sacrificing me over and over again my whole life. And that's why I'm sitting here analyzing and observing it and studying it. And that's why I ain't so quick to do your little stupid ass tests. Because I know you probably still ain't going to let me out. You're going to sabotage the test because I've been going through it my whole life. Somebody done lived in my, I know who it is. Somebody done lived in my shadow so long that they literally wind it up with, like, let's say I'm supposed to wind it up with a flame or a twin or a soulmate, whatever. They literally wind it up with that energy. You know how long you got to live in somebody's shadow? This is somebody grown way older than I am. You know how long you got to live in somebody's shadow to slide in their flames and twins, and you probably a close family member? That's ridiculous. Because I've been going through hardship my whole life. Since I was a child. And I heard somebody get online and say, yeah, they suffering because this ain't about that flame. She ain't did shit. She just a fall guy. This is about somebody way older than me. This was about somebody who's supposed to took care of me as a child. You know what I'm saying? It could be uncles, aunties, daddies, mamas. It could be anybody. This is somebody way older than me. She just a fall guy. But I'm just trying to explain that. I don't care nothing about none of that, all that, because this is the book. This is prophecy, and this is what God wants to come into fruition. And this is what God wanted me to tell the world so we can stop doing it. So, because I see the problem, see what's going on. And right now in this situation, it's like a car. You can't fix a car if you ain't under the hood. And right now I'm under the hood. I'm working on this thing, man, because it need to be stopped. Because it's already legal. That's scary enough. That somebody, any random person could just get your birth certificate and sacrifice you. And who can fix that in the physical? Nobody. That got to be fixed in the spiritual. How are we going to do that? You know, that's something I'm going to get around to. I got to talk to God about that. How you going to do that? That's something got to be fixed in the spiritual. Can't nobody, that's why people keep saying the machine might be spiritual. Ain't nothing nobody can do about it. You got to fix this in the spiritual. Because it's legal to sacrifice somebody that don't even know you. And it make you wonder then, okay, well, is this supposed to be some kind of game that make you discipline? Anybody in the world discipline? Or what? But I can tell you what it does do. It makes you not have security at all. It's impossible to have security and then it take your motivation and it burn it up in the trash can. Because, well, how can you be motivated when people can legally take your life and sacrifice you? You shouldn't. That's beyond versatility. It shouldn't be a piece of paper out here where you could go to the devil and say, I want to sacrifice this person. But somehow it's right. That's scary as hell. That's scary as hell. But, because this person, think about it. Y'all could be across the world from each other. This person is a dead sinner. This person sacrificed themselves. Satan did it now. Satan found somebody to swap with this person. Satan ain't giving you no energy out of thin air. Ain't giving you blissfulness out of thin air. Satan can't do it. Satan ain't got the power to do that. Satan's scanning the world to find the life that you want and giving it to you. So it's taking your soul straight to hell. You got to understand something. Well, where you go, you already in hell. You going straight to hell. And everybody who participated in you got to go. Where you think your soul's going? You see what I'm saying? So when you look at this timeline, your soul, you sacrificed. You sacrificed your soul so the timeline didn't move. Why the timeline didn't move when you did? Because your soul had a place to go to. It went straight to hell. This person that you sacrificed, you sold your soul, but this person that you sacrificed, they couldn't go to hell. I'm gonna be on this movie shit now. I'm telling y'all some real shit now. I'm looking at energy. They I ain't talking about the one who they sacrificed. I'm talking about the one who sold their soul. Your soul went straight to hell. That's why the timeline didn't move. But when you sacrifice, when they took somebody else's life, soul, and sacrificed somebody else, because you got to you say your soul, you got to sacrifice somebody else to live in somebody else's life, right? That's when the timeline shifted. That's how I know for a fact all y'all going to hell for it. It ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm just saying you going to hell. That ain't got nothing to do with it. It's the science in it. All y'all probably, how can I prove that? Okay, let's say it's 20 of y'all that participated somehow, some way. Maybe you just even knew about it. For some reason, somehow y'all act different. It's like something off about y'all because your soul ain't in you. You don't care. You laugh about everything, think everything funny. All right, let's say this float was activated, and this is my flame float, and she was activated in her devil mode. Okay, well, she can sit back and just look at me from afar, do all kind of stuff, use the restroom, all kind of stuff, because she's in her devil mode now. It ain't gonna bother her. But everybody that get on her float going straight to hell, she gonna send them to hell and send us up there too. Yeah, because she descended for doing what she doing. We here to do a job. She ain't even supposed to be attacking me. She's supposed to be protecting me from the attackers. There's somewhat she doing that. So I really can't say that neither. Because she got like a spiritual disorder. When you got a spiritual disorder, it's something going on in the spiritual realm that they utilize you for. So I can't say that. But I know that's a float. And I know this is some deep stuff. It's interesting. But I just know for America, when we get out of this situation, do not let people just sit. We're going to have to put some stuff into place. We're going to have to put stuff in place. Because you can't do this. You can't do that. And like I said, I've been getting done like this my whole life. And somebody already knew about what I'm telling y'all about the oil. Because they've been, whatever woman that like me, somehow that gives off an alarm that woman is an angel. Because you ain't supposed to like me. The humans are already programmed not to like me. So if you start being attracted to me, you probably an angel. They're going to redirect you. Somebody been sacrificing me over and over and over and over and over again. So what I mean by that is, they ain't sacrificing me. Y'all call it unalive. It can't be. It's more than unalive with my situation, because somebody been doing this for organs, and that little process that they're doing, that's like going to the crossroad. I want to be in this person's light, be in this person's energy. And everybody that I know that I'm not saying names of that done and got a child mind, they shouldn't have a child mind. These people is in their 60s, 70s, 80 years old. They shouldn't be like that. They just, there's something wrong, something off about them. I know, because the reason why I know this so well, because when I was a teenager and my brother was still living and we went on that ass whooping spree, that's how I got the information. It's like it's something off about them. You can bust them up till their gums start bleeding, and they'll just look at you and smile and say weird stuff like, "This is what we wanted. This is how we get you. We got you." You know what the hell? This ain't. What is that? Where did that come from? So it's something like that stuck in my mind. I had to analyze this whole thing a little bit different from the average human. Like somebody been doing it over and over. And I'm pretty sure they do it to anybody who is left an inheritance or something of value. They get the support from bigger people. But anyway, I'm finna get off here. But yeah, so that's why the test is important, because it really is important to the world. But it's up to the world to make sure that they make the tests right. You can't, because see, you get what I'm saying? Don't look at the real test like it's important. Look at the real test like it's in the way. Like, okay, they need a lover. You know what I'm saying? When they get out of that situation, we're going to put them with their lovers and leave them alone. Because when you put them in a situation where they got to do the real test, then it's by force. Do the test. Do the test already like a parent trying to discipline a child. It's forcing you to do the test. But if you do it properly like you're supposed to, like I said, you go back to some people don't read Zodiac. Well, just get out the way. The people who do read Zodiac, you go read the Zodiac and it teach you the basics about humans and stuff. It'll tell you how certain humans can't be alone. Well, that's what it's saying. Certain humans can't be alone. And when these humans are alone, this is where we start having these problems. It's vitally important to help those humans that ain't supposed to be alone find their lover, and it's vitally important that nobody mess with their lovers and make sure they have a good life. It's gonna benefit the earth greatly. Like, that's how important certain people are. Everybody important to the earth, but it's certain people that's vitally important to the earth. Somebody knew that. This is how I know for a fact somebody knew it, because when you climbing out of hell or purgatory, you got to deal with like that rub test and certain tests like that anyway. That's why I call them hell games. Anything of repetition, something like that. That's how you should know hell is real. Because they learning these games from hell. That devil float pull up, it's going to activate something like that. And they're going to put whoever in there that done been sacrificed, and you got to climb your way out of it. So, that's what's going on. That's what's going on. It's deep. It's interesting. Otherwise, I'm not getting in my feelings, but I'm trying to find understanding in it, if anything. I ain't even thinking about getting in my feelings. I try not to tap into the old energy. I mean, the new energy, though, because, like, I appreciate y'all and I thank y'all. It's like they got to go above and beyond out of their character just to even try to see me. And they still ain't even got to see me. Ain't even, because somebody sabotaged this particular energy, which is mine, so they can keep feeding off of it. Ain't nothing but a state credit thing. Some wicked state credit thing. Something like that. Gotta be something like that. Something that's very truly wicked. But but the test gotta be done though. So it ain't like you just say my state. It's all over. It's part of this process of people selling their souls. But you can't just get out of it. You know, you can't prevent it. You could be sitting with somebody trying to, man, it's things that I can bring up right now, and everybody in the whole world will be scared, you know what I'm saying, wondering who they sitting beside and sleeping beside. There's certain symptoms and certain illnesses that pop up at an age that they shouldn't pop up, and that'll be a warning within itself for me. But I ain't gonna say nothing about all that though, because I know that'll throw y'all in the trash can. But anyway, I hope this helps somebody. But that's what we need to do. We need to work on this when this smoke clear. Cause y'all, we can't allow this to keep going. Cause it completely changed. Everybody that was involved in my situation would have possibly been somebody close enough where I could have went to and got help. But since they was involved in it, it was like immediately they soul shift. And there's no point in talking to none of them. They think this is a joke.